Let's make a healthy version of shepherd's pie. You're watching the Bear Pantry Show. Say hello to Mama.
Hi everybody.
She's not shy, okay? Joe and I are working hard for these days. Say hello to my guest, Mario Ramirez from
Box 11.
Oxtails. Today I've got Jory because Joe's sick.
And I'm leaving.
And, yes, Jory's sick.
Best kid.
And we're Honorable Mayor Aquilina Warren.
Attack!
Where shall we start? Because it all looks so good. Let's start with this bread.
You're watching the Bear Pantry Show with my sister.
So in order to make this turkey shepherd's pie healthy, guys, I'm gonna make a roux out of vegetable stock. So what I did was I just took everything that I had in the fridge right now, which is pretty much this, and a half of a red onion, and I just kind of sliced off like the top and stuff and the backs and whatever, and toss it in the pot, and I'm just gonna let it boil for a while until it starts to darken up. Meanwhile, I gotta work on my potato. Yes. So I'm just going to use this half. There's a bunch of prepping that you need to do first when making shepherd's pie. And I don't just mean cutting up of the onions and the celery and so on. I mean making of the mashed potatoes. So because I want to keep this dish pretty healthy, because I'm already using turkey, and turkey is pretty healthy, I'm going to use sweet potato. So Joe went and got me a huge sweet potato, and I enlisted him to peel it because it's easier. And chop it into quarters, boil it. When it's done, drain it, and then this is how we make the mashed potatoes. So I want these to be super healthy, so I'm just going to squish them and add very few ingredients, alright? This dish is not going to have any cheese because I've been having a lot of trouble with cheese. That looks pretty good, right? Let's start off with a teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon of black pepper, and I'd say about half a cup of lactose-free 1% milk. See? Lactose-free 1% milk. And then only a tablespoon of butter. Alright? That should be enough. Alright, so that's enough wet. We don't need any more butter or milk. But we do need to taste it to make sure it's salted enough. I think it needs a little bit more black pepper for sure. Let's do another half a teaspoon. And of course, this is to your taste, all right? Don't let nobody tell you what to do for your own recipe. Taste again, get a little piece out. I think that's good. We don't need to add any more salt, because the sweet potato is going to taste kind of off with too much salt, all right? We want to go ahead and set this aside, because now I have to work on my meat. Shout out to all my beautiful sponsors. It's because of your faithful donations that I'm able to bring you these awesome recipes each week. Expect a 1,000-fold return on your investment into my life. To be honest with you guys, I don't really like a whole lot of celery in the stuff that I make, so I'm just going to use a little bit. I found half a bag of frozen peas, which is necessary for this dish, and half a tin of peas and carrots, which I used to make some potato salad yesterday. Of course, we're gonna need turkey, y'all. See, Genio. Is that Genio or Genio? Anyways, this is a 3-pound tube, and I'm just gonna be using half of it, okay? So let's take care of the turkey first. Just wanna eyeball this to get half. I'm letting you guys see some behind the scenes of the cooking channel today. Just dump this in here. You always want to be washing your hands when you're messing with turkey, all right? I'm just going to go ahead and use some of the grease from the turkey in order to make my roux. So let me pour some of this into my pot. Now to this, I'm going to add some all-purpose flour, about 3 or 4 tablespoons. If I stir this and it becomes lumpy, I just strain it, all right? So let me add some of the vegetable stock. And all I'm doing with that is to make a thickener for this. So let me go ahead and remove my turkey from the pan. Of course, if this were ground beef, you would see a whole bunch of grease left behind, right? So now some onions, some celery, and a little bit of the thickener. Now you can add flour, you could add cornstarch directly into the meat after you toss it back in, but sometimes it gets a little bit too thick and sticky for me, so that's why I'm trying it this way today. So I've just added back my meat, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of black pepper. I always tend to start out with 1 teaspoon of each and then taste and go along. Now I've stolen some of Jory's frozen peas and carrots. Shh, don't tell on me, okay guys? I only have a little bit left in my tin, so this is the rest of the thickener. And this is what was in the tin from when I made potato salad yesterday. So let me go ahead and give this a good stir. And this is pretty much ready. Let me go ahead and put it in our baking dish. I was going to call it like a Pyrex dish, but Pyrex is a brand, right? And then I'm adding the mashed potatoes. So this is the sweet potatoes that we mashed earlier. Spread it off with my offset spatula. And this is ready for the oven that's already preheated to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. And this is going to go in there for about 20 to 25 minutes. Because remember, everything's already cooked. So it's not like we have to really cook anything. Don't forget to check out my website, bearpantryshow.com, to pick up your aprons or handbags or anything else that I'm selling. Take a look at these brand new handbags just in this week. These are some gorgeous beach bags that Joe and I are making. You can also find me on Etsy. I have a brand new Etsy store. Just click the link in the description box below. Thank goodness I always have like that baking sheet in the oven. It's so super hot. This is going to burn you. This went for about 25 minutes. Everything was already cooked before we put it in there. Apron. You guys know I'm Irish, right? Because I did my ancestry DNA a while back and it says I'm 34% Irish, but actually it covers Ireland, Scotland, and Wales. And I know that I am Scottish and Welsh, so I don't know how much Irish I am. But this is my version, my healthy version of shepherd's pie for St. Patrick's Day. I've been dealing with some gallbladder issues, and so I have to make sure that I change the way I eat. So this is a healthy version of shepherd's pie, and you're gonna see some of these recipes kind of mixed in with all my other fun recipes, okay? Thank you guys so much for watching the show. Give me a thumbs up if you like what I've produced today. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell so you can know when I upload something else, and I'll see you guys again next video. Bye! Thanks for making it all the way to the end of the video. Don't forget to check out my other channel, Bear Pantry Talk, for reviews and family vlogs. Also, follow us on social media. All links are in the description below.